Welcome back. You're listening to WSB Stony Brook. You just heard a whole bunch of different songs. Sorry, I was off mic for a bit. We're setting up here in the studio. I'm now with Scatterbrained, a local LI acoustic, kind of indie type act. How about you guys just give a quick kind of overview of the project and, a brief history.
All right, well, my name's Andrew.
And my name's Clutch.
I have my boy Clutch with me as well. Yes, I do. I went under the name A&A for about 2-3 years. And I don't know. I was just trying to change up the name after a while and rebrand things and come out of another serious band I was in at the time.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay. And, I just kind of figured I'd kind of take the time to kind of rebrand stuff and start fresh, I guess. And we both came up with the name Scatterbrained, and then he decided, what about Scatterbrained? Be a little more ED at the end.
And the period at the end. It's really important. You won't find us with that.
You won't find us with that.
So how did you two kind of meet, and how did you decide, Andrew, to kind of make this more of a one-person project?
Well, we met at a pool party on Memorial Day about like 2-3 years ago. And we just kind of, I know, right?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, man?
Good, man.
2-3 years later. And we, just became good friends ever since. We vibed really well and show each other a lot of music. And just from there, we were just like, let's try and do some stuff together and see what happens.
We want to go into a Story So Far concert, and we were like, we need a jam. And then the following day came over, we just started rocking out, and that's pretty much a story so far. Get it?
You punny man, you.
So you guys actually played your first official show this month. So what was that experience like, playing all this new material live?
It was actually, I've been really excited to get it out for a while. I've been writing for the past 3-4 months for these songs, and I just really wanted to see what people's reactions would be. So when Kristen Kettles told me she was putting together her show, The Paradigm Shift, on December 8th at Velvet Lounge, I was like, this is a perfect time. I think Velvet's a really nice venue, and especially for us as a 2-piece band, it was the perfect size too, because that stage can be a bit narrow, but it's perfect for us. And honestly, I think the show went off without a hitch. We had been practicing for about maybe 2 months in advance, getting levels right, because we're now an official backtracking band where we have an accompaniment come through speakers, like bass and ahs and oohs and all that type of stuff, and then I'll just be singing and playing guitars, and then he'll just hop on drums. And we also recently incorporated him doing a lot of spoken word, because he's got a lot of good lyrical content that I think needs to be put into the limelight.
It's been an awesome process. It's definitely a lot of experience as far as learning how to run the backing tracks and master everything. It's all mixings. Everything's done between the two of us in Andrew's basement, and it's just us putting our heads together and really coming together with some beautiful stuff that we can't wait for people to start hearing.
Yeah. Kind of going off of spoken word, like adding that to your music, that's kind of blowing up now with like Hotel Book, September Stories, and just like even... oh my god, I can't think of her name right now.
I'm a huge September
La Dispute.
Yes.
So that's making it
Yes.
out.
Great bands.
But that's been blowing up the last couple of years. So why do you think people are getting into that kind of subgenre? I can
definitely think of something off the spot on this.
I mean, a lot of things. I think it has to do with a lot of people's awareness, just like mental health nowadays. Everyone's being more mentally aware of mental health and what's just going on within them and their minds. People are not just being oblivious to things anymore, and they're actually paying attention.
Absolutely. I think also it's because of we were in a 90s trend for a while, and then we went right into this like emo revival that I'm seeing happening a lot now too. So I believe that with spoken word and how powerful it is, like it's the perfect time to really come and show its face on the forefront a lot, because with the emo revival coming out now, it's the perfect home for it, I think.
It's very relatable.
Yeah.
So you again were in Gutter Life a year or two ago before they disbanded.
Yes.
So how has the songwriting process changed for you?
In regards to coming to do acoustic music again?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's definitely, I've had more time to really concentrate onto this now instead, and I'm really unfortunate for what had happened and how we had to go our separate ways for that, but I wish nothing but the best for all the guys in the process. But for me, I'd never really, I never thought it was going to, I'm not going to lie, at one point I did kind of contemplate if I wanted to just take a break from music for a little while, but I just had to kind of jump back in. It just felt right for me too. And I mean, I have all the tools and the equipment at home. I might as well make use of it. You know, I've been spending like crazy trying to get most of this equipment. I figured I got to keep using it, man. I'm not gonna like back down now.
Was there any different approach, though, to like how you wrote songs, whether it was like lyrically and
Oh,
whether
definitely.
it's like verse, chorus, verse, you know?
Oh, like structure and all that?
Structure.
Yeah, I'm
just
definitely
overall.
trying to you know, go outside the box with a lot of things. Like Gutter Life was a big influence for me to do a lot of things, but then I also really kind of jumped on a huge Spotify train of just finding and discovering so many artists nowadays. And
Related artists. Spotify Discover.
yeah, it really opened my mind a lot to a lot of different styles that, you know, just definitely want to keep current with and just see where it goes from there.
Discover Weekly knows me better than I know myself. Not even kidding.
It's a pain,
Yeah.
though, because sometimes, like, some weeks it'll just give you, like, every single artist you already listened to. But some weeks, like, this week I put, like, a lot of stuff on my playlist for this show was based on Discover playlist.
Nice. That's where I found September Stories. Like,
Yeah.
a few months back. I was
He
like,
showed me them too. I was like, wow, this is really good. Mess is a beautiful
I think
song.
I think it's like the basis side project from Hotel Bucks or the
Really
guitars.
now?
Yeah.
There is a connection between them, yeah.
That's interesting. I had no idea, actually. That's pretty cool.
So, you guys are kind of like acoustic act, and you came on my show about 2 years ago?
About 2.5, I want to say, maybe.
It's
I don't
been a
even know.
while. That was back in the old studio before we moved here in West Side Dining. So, with this music, are you guys aiming, like with the new stuff, to kind of stay in that kind of subgenre, or do you want to try out some more full band stuff?
We're definitely
Spreading our wings.
we're definitely trying to spread our wings here, like Clutch said, because with the
taking off
with
right
the
now.
backing tracks, we're trying to show ourselves as someone that can double as an acoustic act and come into a studio like this and play very stripped down, and then we can also go and play and, you know, maybe open up for another band and, you know, consider ourselves as a band, because Clutch won't be playing the cajon on stage. He'd be playing the full drum kit, which is what we did at our first and second show so far.
I think
And-
that's kind of interesting because you can kind of have these two variations of show where it's just more laid back, while like another is more
Exactly.
crazy.
Actually, there's a lot of opportunity for us to be very versatile down
Yeah.
the road, where we can just
Exactly.
essentially have multiple different singles and re-releases of different sounds of our
Exactly.
creations. It's just
I'm even dabbling a little bit into some ambient electronic stuff right now too. So I'm trying to do a bunch of things with that as well.
So let's talk about your older release that came out 2 years ago. How about you share some things people may not know about that record?
Well, let's see, what can I go with that? I mean, at the time, I was still with Gutter Life, and we had came back from California, living on the side of the road for 5 months straight. And I'd been writing a few things here and there out there. I had like one or two before we had left, and when we came back, I was at home, and I just kind of woke up one morning and said, I want to start making my own studio and get together my own stuff and, you know, record on my own. And within that whole year, after coming back from California, in that 1 year, I learned how to use Logic Pro, and I learned how to do what I had to do through Google and YouTube without having to go to school or anything like that. And then just kind of recorded it on my own to see where it would go from there. And I definitely learned a lot more since along the way. But that's what most artists say. They're like, oh, I wish I changed that, or I wish I changed that. But I had a few of those moments after I released it. But I was definitely really proud that I released that. And I think, you know, I definitely wish it got a little more eyes appeal on it, but I didn't really push too much concentration at the time since I was with
Exactly.
Gutter Life at the time. So maybe we might revamp some songs from the past there and bring it to the limelight. But for right now, we want to really just keep the creative juices flowing and push forward
And
newer
we'll
stuff.
push forward to kind of a new look, new brand.
Exactly.
So how about you guys share your goals for 2019, and whether it's tours, whether it's writing music, releasing music.
Okay. Well, we have a few things on the horizon already. We're looking to drop our first single at the end of January, maybe February. Like I said, we have about maybe 5 or 6 recorded now. I'm going to be doing vocals for most of these at the very end, and just make sure I get everything nicely done in my house. But I'm looking to drop the first one with Clutch here on the end of January, maybe February, around there. And then we're going to be playing Millennium Music Conference in Harrisburg, PA, in February. And then Cape May Singer-Songwriter Festival Music Conference in March, which is like all the way last part of southern Jersey down there. And then I'm actually taking a trip all the way to Italy, actually, to visit some family. And my cousin Francesco is going to help me get a few shows in Italy, actually. And I'm going to do some acoustic sets there and trying to enjoy my time out of the country for a bit and spread the message there a bit, which will be really exciting for me, honestly.
All right, so you guys are going to be doing an acoustic set for everyone who's listening on air, so everyone stay tuned for that while we make sure we're all set up.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? We're Scatterbrained from Long Island, New York. We're going to play a few songs for you. First one's called Left in Time.
My soul is heavy and I can't see the truth. My heart is dark and it's all because of you. My eyes, they hurt. I feel like this can't be worse. How did I let this happen to me? This happened to me. I know the things that dark define my life. I'll make it through so I can make things right. You're not a saint, so don't you cry. We're better off together if we're left in time. I know the things that dark define my life. I'll make it through so I can make things right. Not a saint, so don't you cry. We're better off together if we're left in time. If we're left in time. If we're left in time. So take away all of my pain, I'll make it through another day. You always get what you want. I could make or break it all alone, just so you know you're on your own. I hope you learn from your mistakes. You tell me that it's all my fault and I'm the only one to blame, but darling, let me tell you that you are the one who's gone insane tonight. So I can make things right. You're not a saint, so don't you cry. We're better off together if we're left in time. I know the things that dark define my life. I'll make it through so I can make things right. You're not a saint, so don't you cry. We're better off together if we're left in time. Life to the hand above your head. Awaken the power. Not even God can save you. Surrender this life to the hand above your head. Awaken the power. Not even God can save you. I know the things that dark define my life. I'll make it through so I can make things right. You're not a saint, so don't you cry. We're better off together if we're left in time. I know the things that dark define my life. I'll make it through so I can make things right. You're not a saint, so don't you cry. We're better off together if we're left in time. If we're left in time. If we're left in time. Oh. We're better off together if we're left in time. We're better off together if we're left in time. We're better off together if we're left in time. We're better off together if we're left in time. I spend sleepless nights just to make things right, but I know that you're not listening, so I close my eyes and just daydream about the life we lived when we were just learning to breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. But the tensions are coming now, and I can't back down, because you're pulling me away from the truth of the then and now. So wash away all the pain from yesterday. I swear sometimes I feel like taking astronautics is the method of sense. I should go before I get to it. I won't take myself because I'll tell me and I'll find a way to do it all, but don't disgrace. So with the way the world is changing, what are you doing for yourself? You stutter, run from cover in a web of lies, disregarding of your health. Feel like you're as lost as me, or maybe that's not what it seems. Maybe you got it all figured out, step right out and take a bow, but we all know you're just fooling yourself. So welcome to the club and wash away all the pain from yesterday. So wash away all the pain from yesterday. That's the worst part of it all, is that you'll never really know what was true. You both played a part somehow, and then you beat me to the ground with your words that left me black and blue. It seems you lost where you've come from, and I am never done, son. I keep my broken-hearted wishes in a box, check the school of hard knocks until you fade in a gray. Until you fade in a gray. So wash away all the pain from yesterday. So with the way the world is changing, what are you doing for yourself? So with the way the world is changing, what are you doing for yourself? So wash the way I see it ain't convenient to you anymore. You point your finger at me every time in metaphors. Welcome to the club. The way I see it ain't convenient to you anymore. You point your finger at me every time in metaphors. Welcome to the club. Cool. I feel like this guy could probably compete for the most amount of claps in a minute.
Listen,
You ever see this? Look, show him again. Hold on.
Show everyone at home. Listen.
Here he goes. Here he goes. It kind of reminds me of an episode of SpongeBob where he's like, "Go Patrick, go Patrick," slapping himself everywhere. Anyway,
How
guys.
about you share where people can keep up to date with you?
Absolutely.
Oh, my Lanta.
Yeah, we're on pretty much everything: Apple Music, Spotify, the whole 9 yards of what everyone streams on nowadays.
We keep Facebook most up to date more than anything. If you want to follow us and know where we're
Yeah.
playing shows,
Facebook and Instagram, really. I've been really on the Instagram game lately. Also, I want to give a shout out to my best friend J6, rapper, our homie Kristen Kettles from Scrawlscape.
Kristen!
Justin from Coastal Wolf, Ferndales and Sal and the rest of the guys. Bones from Podcast in a Pod. Vic, I see you out there. Planet of Sound Promotions and Equilibrium Bookings. A bunch of other people out there I want to promote.
My boy Joe Farina.
Absolutely, Joe.
Professor Chaos. My boy Blue.
All right, cool. So we'll play one more, I guess, boy.
And beautiful. Once again, everybody, we are Scatterbrained. Scatterbrained ED. Period. Thank you.
Awesome. This last song is called Silence is Clarity.
That works.
My head is a basement, a cellar of unrelenting proportions, a fortitude of silence, a space where no one can hear my screams, and I them. So be sure that you know that in time I will grow, just to learn that I don't need anyone. Lock the door, can't come in. Transgression, that's a sin. Offhand judgment, I don't need anyone. Am I going crazy? Is this madness or sanity? Well, silence is clarity. Silence insanity. Am I going crazy? Is this madness or sanity? Well, silence is clarity. Silence insanity.
I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone, but can't you hear me? I don't need anyone, but can't you hear me? I can't hear you, but can you hear me? I see your lips moving, but I cannot hear the words. Can't you hear me? Can't you hear me? Subjective expressions and erratic movements. Who needs words when you paint such an expressive picture? Unambiguous, definitive, clear as day. But apparently you, oblivious to the signs, actions speak louder than words. When? Please stop! You put yourself atop the pedestal, at the expense of the abundant existences, those that choose to be within arm's reach. No remorse. Please stop! My canvas was once pure, until ill words and chaos-soaked brushstrokes diluted my soul. Please stop. Please stop.
Am I going crazy? Is this madness or sanity? Well, silence is clarity. Silence insanity. Am I going crazy? Is this madness or sanity? Well, silence is clarity. Silence insanity. Please don't go, just stay here with me. Please don't go, just stay here with me. Through all the times that I'd wish you'd cry in my arms just to feel the pain inside. All the fear that I feel when you wash away all the tears the next day. And still you'll wonder where I'll be in the next 10 years. You'll see me right here running. If you're always alright, then you'll be just fine. Am I going crazy? Is this madness or sanity? Well, silence is clarity. Silence insanity. Am I going crazy? Is this madness or sanity? Well, silence is clarity. Silence insanity. Am I going crazy? Is this madness or sanity? Silence is clarity. Silence or sanity. Am I going crazy? Is this madness or sanity? Well, silence is clarity. Well, silence is sanity.